Today we're going to be making a Vera Wang inspired cutout crop top.
Dig this.
So what you want to do is you want to take your measuring tape and you want to measure from where you want your top to start. So I want mine to start like right here, and you want to do it, make sure that you're actually on your breast if you're not using a stretchy fabric, okay? If you're using a stretchy fabric, it's better to do it here because then it'll stretch over your breast naturally, okay? So I'm not using a stretchy fabric, so I'm going to do it above my breast. I want my top to start like right here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I want my top to end like right here. So we'll say about 10. Okay, 10. So we know 10 is the length. And then what you want to do is you want to start from where the cup of your bra is, so where, you know, the outline of the cup is. And again, if you're not using stretch, you want to do it over your breast, and you want it to match up with the middle. So the middle is about right here for me, which is 9.5-ish. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to record these measurements, and I'm going to make rectangles with that dimension.
Okay, so this is basically the triangles that I made. If you can see here that this, I made it a little bit more round, because when we make the other part of our shirt, it's gonna be round, so it kind of needs to look like a collar, like a Peter Pan collar kind of. So I didn't want to make it too sharp like this side, so just kind of curve it a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add seam allowance lines all along the pattern. So remember, we're now going to ignore this line and this line. Ignore this line, ignore this line. Okay, if you want, you can erase it if you're using pencil. So just go ahead and add your seam allowance lines to the outsides.
So this is the curve of the pattern that I just cut out. So if you remember, it was like this, right? And this essentially is going to be where the collar is going to be. So what you want to do is you just want to take I want mine to be about 1.5. So as usual, what we want to do is we want to add our seam allowance lines to the top and to the bottom, okay? So you want to measure from underneath your armpit to underneath your other armpit. So now what you want to do is you want to take this panel, which is underneath here, and you want to make sure you want to fold it in half, and then make sure that the middle ends up in the middle of the panels. And this is important because we're not dealing with stretchy fabric, so we need to know that when we put the shirt on, that this will be the side of our body. Because remember, our breast is going to raise the fabric a bit, so it's important to have this in the middle of the body, basically. And then we're just going to repeat what we did with the thread, okay, with the elastic string. You want to remember to tie it every time you pull it through, okay?
Dig this.
What you want to do is you want to take the front piece and you want to put it so that the front of the shirt is facing up. And then you want to take your back piece of the shirt and you want to put it so that the inside of the shirt, the inside of the pattern is facing up. So essentially your shirt is inside out. And you want to connect the armholes together. So connect the armholes and then you want to pin it down, pin down both sides. And then what you want to do is just sew right along here and then turn it inside out and do a top stitch and do the same thing on this side. And then after that, you want to pin the collar, the front collar, to the top of the back of the shirt. So basically you're pinning this down over and you're doing the same thing with this, and then you're going to sew it.